Hey, hello, and good afternoon, I think, and welcome. We don't know. Welcome back to the Root and Rhythm podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kim Finley, and this is my
lovely assistant, Early Jackson. And we are exploring the roots that ground us and the rhythms that move us. And Kim, I got to say, we have been having some really good feedback from our friends. Thank you. Thank you. And if you haven't already,
subscribe.
There's a button somewhere over there.
Here.
Subscribe, man. You know you want to. Come on, you can't get enough of this, Ebony and Ivory.
We need it. We hate to beg, but we will. Please subscribe. It makes our life better. Okay, on to our topic. So our topic for today, because we'd like to have a topic, is going to be networking, specifically business networking. And I know immediately a bunch of you are going to be like, I'm out. Don't be out. Don't be out. Stay with us, because we actually have a whole lot of experience with this. So we think we can speak to it pretty authoritatively and have some fun with the topic. And also, that's how we met.
Believe it or not, we weren't just born friends. We actually became friends.
No, our parents
and it was through, I'll say this, it was through what I consider really healthy networking. Because we have been a part of some unhealthy networking. Yes. And when I moved down from Philly, a lot of people are like, hey, let's just grab coffee and talk. And I was like, what is with Virginia and coffee? Like, what is up with that?
We like that, man. We like talking over drinks.
Coffee of all sorts. So it took me a minute to kind of understand the rhythm of how networking worked in this area. But one of the first things that happened was my wife and I became friends with this lovely lady.
But we were all three of us, very active on the networking circuit for our various businesses. Early and Therese have always had sort of a diverse business paradigm. I, at the time, was doing independent freelance marketing and also working specifically for a local restaurant doing their networking as well. So,
didn't you work for the paper?
That was later. That came later.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was later. So good catch.
I got you. I've been watching. I've been watching.
I've been around. And so what was happening is we were consistently arriving at different networking events, principally in downtown Norfolk and probably Midtown Virginia Beach, for just, because we have the Chamber of Commerce, we have business networking. What's it? BNI, business networking.
BNI?
Yeah, what does BNI stand for? Business networking. International. Thank you. God, you think I'd know.
International.
I was
Geekettes.
I was running the Geekettes Club at the time, which was we did nonprofit, like in terms of fundraising, but we also were considered a networking group for women in technology and STEM,
which was really
fun. It was such a fun group. So we were doing like small networkings and very large organizations that are very super organized in terms of that world. So we were doing a little bit of a mix, all of it, because that's what was available at the time. And the networking circuit was very vibrant. This is like around the early, like the mid twos, let's say 210, 211, that kind of.
Oh, by the time we got
09,
here in 211,
like
it was popping.
It was a really good.
The Chamber had something every week, and that was so cool.
And it was good because, of course, you go to networking and then you follow up with the people that you click with, and then that turns into business opportunities, one hopes, and you build relationships that way. And that's in a nutshell what networking is, except that we've also experienced the not fun parts of networking and the wastes of time and money. So
I got to ask you, what is your worst one? If you had to pick one networking event, what's the worst one?
Anyone where there's 7 other real estate agents in the room. I don't want to network with my peers.
Tell us something that's different about your real estate that's not like theirs.
I mean, literally, you're like, I don't.
I kind of do the same thing, but I don't. But you get me instead.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm better, but that's a whole different conversation.
That's another podcast because she is. I think my worst one was this guy talking to me at a urinal.
Stop it.
Now, for ladies that don't know, and even I think every guy should know.
Don't you have like the space?
That's what I'm going to say. So for every guy, we know that there is a buffer, right? If you're in a movie theater,
buffer zone,
you give a seat between, and you definitely give a stall or a urinal. So we had done some networking. I go in the bathroom. He comes in. Zip. So, how long have you been coaching?
I would literally die.
I was like, man, don't. I don't know what kind of party this is, but it ain't my party. But so I've had nightmares like that. And that's just one of some weird stuff that's happened before.
I would die. Literally.
I was like,
Although,
dude,
I mean, like women are different. Like we chat in the bathroom, but like not when you're
no,
businessing.
we don't
We
chat,
chat
in the
at the
bathroom.
vanity where we're washing hands. we have a whole system
we
for that.
don't do
That's
that.
upsetting.
Here's my thing. Whenever I'm adjusting my pants, I don't want to be talked to. So if I'm at an ATM and I'm reaching in my pocket, I don't want you to talk to me. If I'm at a urinal reaching in my pocket, I don't want you to talk to me. They're places. They're appropriate
places.
And we're inappropriate at times.
Yeah.
But we've never done the urinal talk, right?
I certainly have not. Certainly not.
That would be an issue if you had.
That's a problem.
Oh, wow. So what when you first came into the business, what was networking like?
Well, I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
So I'll say that. So I will say I was a member, just to give like past credit where credit is due. I was a member of BNI, which is Business Networking International. And I was, and I got grateful for it every day because I got some of my very best friends out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know Melissa. Like I have Melissa and Heather, and like I have
my God,
the best people in the world I met through that organization. Forever grateful. It's a very structured program. For those of you who don't know or aren't familiar with BNI, it's a very structured program where you're going to go around a table or a room of however many people, and everybody gets like anywhere from 30 seconds to 60 seconds to do what they call an elevator speech. Now, I'm a fan. Okay. So like, again, I'm a fan of this organization in the way that it teaches you effective networking strategies and how to do things in the right way. So I'm not mad about it. I don't know that I'd be a member now, but I also know more. I'm better. I don't need the training, but I do give them credit for helping me. Like learning how to explain what you do and who you are in 30 seconds is invaluable. Yeah. That's a challenge because especially if I'm very chatty, it's hard for me to say.
No,
I know, right?
What?
Who would know? I'm not like I am verbose. So for me, having to figure out how to say what I think is the important, pertinent things in less than a minute. That's a whole thing.
That's hard.
So very valuable. So that's sort of how that was my sort of introduction. Was that the restaurant I was representing? There was a guy who would come in all the time, and he was awesome, and loved him, and he was a great customer. And he was like, "You should come to my meeting," and I did, and that's sort of started me on the networking path, which I think happens to a lot of people. A lot of people just get invited somewhere, and they learn by doing. It is a very learn by doing thing. You can't just you have to like go do it.
Yeah.
And it's scary, and you should do it.
What people don't know about me is that while you're chatty, I am the most extroverted introvert you'll ever meet. That's like I love a room. I can work the room. I love getting into that. But there are times where I'm like, I'm peopled out, right? So for me, networking events were really anxious, right? Because I'm going into it. There's a room full of people, and I got to make small talk, which I don't like. So. What's your favorite color? Yeah. What's your kid's name? You know. So it took me a long time to learn how to network effectively. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there's a difference between networking and networking effectively. I mean, that's again kind of a learning curve thing where you go. It is. You just learn because you eventually you're like, am I wasting my damn time? I did waste my damn time, and then you're like, okay, this is not effective. So. Because ultimately the goal of business networking is to grow your sphere of influence and sphere of contacts, build relationships so that brings you business and you can take them business. Mm-hmm. It's a lovely flow. If it works correctly,
if it's healthy.
That's a healthy version of networking. There's dysfunctional versions of networking. So the fact that so many of them in particular, so many networking events, the number one problem I kind of have with it is they do center around alcohol.
Then there's that, you get a conference room. I mean, a hotel conference room full of networking people and an open bar. It's about to pop off.
Mistakes will be made.
It's going to pop off.
Mistakes will be made publicly.
And that's a mistake I've made before. I have been at networking events and next thing I know, I'm talking way too much.
Yeah.
And then you go home and you start thinking, what did I say? Did I overshare?
What is that man's name? Like
you wake up with a box of cards from different people, like a one-night stand. It's like, who was I with?
Who shook my hand?
Right. But I think it speaks to, I think we build networks like we build communities.
Yes.
Right?
Organically speaking.
Organically. Yes. And I think how we do, and it's just me, how we do anything is how we end up doing most things. So if you are a person that doesn't build, I guess, strong relationships in
Naturally.
general,
Right.
then networking is like cruising around like a shark.
Oh, it is. We see those people.
No.
We've seen those people.
No. And for you ladies, I especially feel sorry for you because you're not only there networking, you're there stuck in the meat market.
There's that.
Yeah. And there's always like 4 networking guys that
that's
everybody
what they
knows.
do. That's what they do, and we all know.
Yeah, everybody knows them when you come. Hey there, we know what you're up to.
They're waiting for the new cute young thing to come in the room. It's yeah. That's a whole thing.
So what are your don'ts? What are some things you do not do and you do not allow?
I do not go into a networking event or meeting or whatever you want to call it without an agenda and some like goals. So I'm pretty strict about the way I do it now because my time is more, to some extent, more valuable. I have a lot less of it to spend.
Yeah, and that's not an arrogant statement.
No,
it's just I'm
busier.
Yeah,
that's all. I had. This is when I started this when I started networking when I was 39 years old. I am now 55. Things are different.
A little bit.
So networking for me now, if typically I'm going like I need to talk to at least 3 people I don't know. If it's a room full of people I know, I'm in the wrong room. If it's a room where I feel like I'm probably the smartest person in there, probably also not the right room for me. Those 2 things will make me exit real quick. Like I am really comfortable with walking in and being like,
not my vibe.
You know what? I could be home in pajamas. I'm out. And because again, I've got a better handle on it now. When I was starting out and when I was younger, I didn't know enough to know how not to waste time. I didn't know enough to know to not even bother talking to certain people. Not to say, I don't mean a snooty way. I mean in a way like you need to be intentional.
They weren't a part of a strategic thing that you were doing.
You want to be like in the business I was in. My target, if you will, was small business owners.
So you had
who were actively running a business. So I had a specific goal. These days, my goal is much more, let me just meet people that are not in my industry, not affiliated with my industry, because my circle there is very large and that doesn't help me grow my business. What helps me grow my business is talking to people who need what I have. Mm-hmm. What do you think your don't is?
My don't is don't run through people. Like I see people kind of like, hey, how are you? Let me get a car from you. Hey, how are you? Let me get a car from you. Hey,
I've done that.
We've all done that, right? But it takes I think it, like you say, I think it takes growth and it takes not being desperate.
Oh, scarcity mindset is a problem.
Oh, yeah. Because when you go into networking thinking, I got to lead with business.
Yeah.
That's not what that room is.
And you're not going to have a good time. And if you're not having a good time, you're not networking effectively because people don't want to talk to someone who's an asshole. They want to talk to fun people.
Right.
Especially, keep in mind, if you're very like socially adept, which we are.
Yeah.
We're lucky. No credit to anyone. We're just lucky. If you're socially adept and you have to realize you're going to be talking to largely people who aren't or who don't think they are.
Right.
So my goal is always to make everyone around me to feel as comfortable as possible so they'll talk to me.
Okay.
So I think because we've all tried to talk to the person at the network that's clearly too shy and not too shy, they're shy and they don't really know how to small talk it. They don't know how to get it. They don't know what to do. And that's okay, but I love to help those people. Like, let me talk to them.
It's like a little hen, you're
like,
come on, little chickie, come on.
Let me show you how.
I'm going to walk you through this, right? And
it's going to be okay.
Because a lot of people are super successful.
Yes.
I think a lot of people have a lot of passion, a lot of drive. They just don't know how to connect.
Yes.
Right, and they make a lot of networking faux pas, if you will.
Oh yeah. There's.
So, don't for you is
don't go unprepared. Don't go without a strategy. Unprepared.
Don't for me is don't network at the urinal or just don't like cruise around like you're hungry.
Like a predator.
Yeah, like
nobody wants that out of it. That's not a bad that's not a good vibe, man.
And they're eavesdropping. So you're in radio. Hi. No, don't try to close deals at network. Yes. This is the part that I think we miss. This is just building relationships because it's cool and we've done business with people that we weren't, clicking with, but it's beautiful when you can meet people in just a networking environment and say, you know what, I like them. I want to do business with them. Right?
Or at least I want to know more. Because that's really kind of the goal of a networking event. If you're meeting a person who's a perfect stranger that you haven't met them before, the call and a goal is really to just go, hey, I'd really like to, I think we would have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Let me call in for coffee. I mean, I'm just saying, coffee's easy.
I've been here too long.
Yeah. Coffee. And, I back in the day, I used to be very much like, you want to go to this? Now I'm just like, I don't want alcohol involved in my business meeting. So, I mean, I'm having one now, but this is barely business. So, whatever. It's been a long day.
This is pleasure. This isn't business.
This is fun. It's not like we're getting paid. So, yet. I know, we're like, caveat yet.
Yeah.
But I do think, again, people, to speak to your point, people go in there thinking, I'm going to walk out of here with business in hand. No, you should walk out of there with 2 to 3 to maybe 4 if you're lucky. Lucky to follow up with the next day via email or text or phone call and say, hey, I'd like to talk more to see if we can offer each other something. And you can be very upfront about it. Like, this is business networking. You don't have to be modest.
We're not. Yeah. I mean, we're going to click, but this is business, right? Yeah. It's crazy how when you go in thinking I'm going to walk out with a contract, it makes your head. And we talked in one of our previous episodes about being broke. And there were times where I got to the networking event on like $4 worth of gas.
Been there.
And I'm like, I'm glad they're serving dinner at this networking event.
They have snacks.
No, I'm for real.
Just show up early. There's usually snacks.
You got to get there
early. Yeah.
No pun intended. But so I would go into it, and you said something about scarcity mindset. I know I struggle with that. Unpack that. What is that?
So when it comes to sales strategies, there's a whole mindset conversation that goes on a lot in those types of conversations. And you're talking about abundance mindsets versus scarcity mindsets, okay? And you can apply this sort of paradigm to all kinds of things, including relationships, including your own personal economy, all the things. Mm-hmm. But what it really means is your mindset is going to dictate how you behave. Your mindset's dictating your energy.
Yeah.
And energy is really subtle because it's not blatant. It's something you're giving off like a smell.
It's a pheromone.
Other people can smell it.
Pheromone.
Like you hear, but I smell fear. Well, you can smell scarcity too, because scarcity and a scarcity mindset, regardless of whether you are actually scarce of resources or not, because it's all up in your head. Mm-hmm. A scarcity mindset means you're basically, as you said, desperate to succeed. You're desperate for someone to give you some business. You're feeling this stress. Now,
and it may be warranted because you
might be broke as hell. Been there.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to be broke as hell and not have a scarcity mindset. Like, I'm not going to say that's easy. I didn't say it was easy. I think it's awful, but it's true. Okay. Where in an abundance mindset, if no matter what's happening in your life, you're still walking around going, the universe is going to bring me good stuff and I'm worthy of earning. And why wouldn't you want to do business with me? I'm great. And I do give great service. I'm great. Like, if your whole mindset is very focused on the service you can give, so you're not thinking about yourself, because scarcity makes you think about you. Mm-hmm. Abundance means you think about other people.
Yeah.
You're focused on the person you're talking to. You're focused on the people you think you can help. Okay.
And what's crazy is abundance. I always thought abundance mindset came once you got abundance.
No, it has to come first.
It's funny. It shifts your mindset. And I think that there's a whole psychology with it, right? Where you get in the mode that I am worthy, right? Now, Kim, who would have thought in the Roots and Rhythms podcast they get worthy, right? Because they think we're going to act crazy out there. And we do.
Because we think we're worth it. So,
There's that. But I think that just learning how to see who you are before you walk in the room, because if you walk in the room not knowing who you are, you'll be a chameleon. You'll turn into everybody there.
Right. And that's a subtle distinction, because, of course, we all pivot from a sales standpoint to our audience, and that's normal. But mindset, and you're going to hear us probably talk about it in lots of different topics. Mindset matters a lot. And then you don't even realize it until I think sometimes as you get older and you struggle through things, and then you're realizing I was in my own way the whole time. And networking is definitely one of those, what do you call it? Vectors where your mindset really matters.
Yeah.
So I would highly recommend considering that again before you walk into a networking space, particularly if you are shy, if making the first contact is hard for you. Having your head on straight before you try to go do something that because it's scary. Because look, there's a reason that like people fear public speaking more than they fear death.
Yeah.
Okay. Like there's a whole like that's real. So it's just true.
We just make it look easy.
But I'm not saying it is. And for me, again, it's practice, 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 like everything else. You can't get good at hockey by not playing hockey. You can't get good at networking by not networking. You have to just throw yourself in the deep end and hope for the best. Knowing your first few outings are probably going to be like horrifying. It's okay. Keep in mind that no one else is thinking about you afterwards.
None.
Like you're horrified by yourself, but no one is thinking about you at all.
And unless you drink too much on the way to get your nerves down, because I've seen people who get to networking and they're like,
quick,
let me get 2 drinks in.
Liquid courage.
Now you're really loose, but
are you?
Exactly.
It's a good idea. It's awkward. Having done it.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, right?
I do the over talking too. Like I'll over like same. Like you'll go to the like, did I talk too much? Oh, I know I do. Like I'll be later going like I should have shut up 2 sentences in. That was a mistake.
Oh yeah. When I started talking about my childhood friend Cornelius, right? And the role he played in me becoming, a responsible person. We have talked way too much at a networking event, right?
If we got there.
Yeah. You don't want to hear about my homie Cornelius. But I got another question for you. What do you think about kind of a Batman and Robin thing at a network?
Like having a wingman? Woman? I actually love it, provided you don't use it as a crutch. Because it's easy.
Make sure they're pretty.
Because if you're, well, that helps, obviously. Look at it. But like, we like this. So, all glowy. More facials. So, it's just true. But if you go to a networking event with a buddy, like the problem is like don't hang out with your buddy. Like connect with your buddy in between. Use your buddy as a way to introduce yourself to other people.
Yeah.
Like or meet someone, you talk to them and go, you should meet my friend, Amy. Hold on. Amy, come here. And then you call Amy. And now Amy's met someone. And then you move on to the next person and let Amy introduce you to someone else in a minute. Like that's how you wingman a network.
I like that, like a tandem.
It's literally
dig it.
So you connect. You're staying like, all right, you're right, you good, but you're working the room independently. But just having a buddy in the room sometimes can just make you relax.
It's like you get a chance to regroup and talk to somebody real quick.
And you feel better, you feel safer with someone that cares for you in that space with you.
Unless that person is Heather Herrick. I will not go to another networking event with Heather. No, I'm just kidding.
Heather. She's watching probably.
Heather
and we're going to be like, sorry.
First of all, you walk in the room and she is a rock star.
Yes.
So you don't get any networking done. You're just standing in her awe.
And talking with fun people. We love her.
But I would go to networking events with Heather and talk to her the whole time.
Yeah, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Because she was fun. And I had to learn when Heather's here, I have to be disciplined. Even my wife started saying, if you go to this event and Heather's there,
don't talk to her. Stay away.
Go do the networking first. This is about business, not about you and your sister catching up.
Do you do that where you have like in your head, you're like, I'm going to talk to 3 people, 2 people. Do you have an intention like that? Do you do that?
So I do it a little bit differently. I go in seeing how much I can get people to tell me. Right. Okay. So I work in chemical dependency and counseling spaces. So a lot of my job is building rapport. So I go to a networking event trying to see who I can build rapport with.
Oh, that's good.
And as I connect with them, I want to build like just knowing more about them and then dropping the business link.
So do you ask a lot of questions to get people to talk? Because that's very successful for me. I ask lots of questions.
Well, Dale Carnegie?
Yes,
Dale Carnegie.
No, I think it's Carnegie. I think you said it right. I think so.
Dale Carnegie.
I think people say it wrong all the time, but I think it's Carnegie.
Okay, I'll go with it.
We're going to go with it.
But I think that his teaching taught me that let people talk about themselves and they will go. If you start telling people, if you give people the impression that what they're saying means something to you, because every human wants to be heard.
Oh, yeah. Everybody wants to feel seen and heard.
I want to know I mean something. So if you get people to talk about themselves, and really that's what networking is anyway, allowing people to shine and see how there is a organic connection, not just this forced match that we're going to do business together.
Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah. That's really good.
I have smart things to say sometimes.
Yeah. So, is there a book you would recommend for people who want to think about networking, who want to grow their influence that way? Is there anything you would recommend for people to read?
I love that you didn't prep me on that question.
Sorry, I just wanted to add because I'm looking at my books, going like, I have books
for networking. I would say a leadership book.
Okay,
I can't think of
I
it,
actually would recommend the How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's the main. I mean, to me, that's still like
that's the Bible,
and like that book is literally older than me, and it is still. I remember my adoptive father reading that when he was in college to get his master's when I was like 6.
Wow.
And I remember him reading pieces of it to me because he found it so valuable. Stephen Covey's another one who's got really good books on
Seven
networking.
Habits of Highly
Seven Habits are
Effective
really
People. Yep.
because it's not just networking, obviously, in that book, but like it's genuinely about making better relationships, business, professional, personal, otherwise makes you better in business, and it grows your influence in business. And I think that's really important.
Yeah. Because we're all in the people business. No matter what your card says, no matter what your door says, we are in people businesses, right? So if you don't build relationships well, it's time to learn how to.
Yeah. So if you found this interesting, we're going to wrap up. If you found this interesting, we'd love to hear what you liked, and we could probably talk about this particular topic a long time just because we've been doing it so long.
Yeah.
And we're probably a little jaded, but that's fine. But
you get the best of it though.
We wanted to give you like a soupçon, a little bit of a sample. Yes. If you would like a whole ass meal of it, that's a different conversation. We'd have to.
We would. Us. Yeah.
Just tell us. Just tell us. We'd love to talk more. We can absolutely do more content on that if that's interesting to you. If you think it sucked and you don't want to hear any more about it, we'd also like to know that. Just let us know after you click the subscribe button. We need that. We're trying to get on to be able to do this live, which would be a lot more, I think, entertaining and also a little scary, but fun. So we just think
we're ready for a live
boost our numbers.
Yeah. So help us out, okay? We will see you next time on the Root and Rhythm podcast, where we are exploring the roots that ground us and
the rhythms that move us.
Oh, we nailed it.
Oh, we're good. We're getting good at this. See y'all next time.